Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Kishori Lakha.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So we have still more time to start.
Yes, Prabhu, 1-2 minutes, like we have to wait for the students to join. Thank you.
Just a minute.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Aishwarya Rai. So you were there all in the last class? Or was there someone missing? I couldn't see Hitika in the last class. You were there? You want to say something?
No, I wasn't there.
Oh, you was okay. You weren't there.
Unfortunately, my internet was working right, but not working
Sorry,
well.
come again. Say slowly.
Unfortunately, my internet wasn't working.
Okay. So I caught the right one. So it was just random. I didn't know.
Sorry Prabhuji, what did you ask? I didn't hear that.
No, I just asked if she was there in the last class or no. So I told I caught the right one. I just picked the random. I didn't know she didn't come for the class. Let me change my position. It's too far from my. Hare Krishna. I think it is better for now. So I can have your own names with me.
Yes, Prabhu, you can start now.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we'll have this part of invocation. This was Nana Shastra Vicharanik. You have in your module?
Yes, Prabhuji, we have.
Can we recite it all together? You can unmute yourself. Let's try for this time. So we'll recite this verse all together. 1, 2, and 3. Let's start. नाना शास्त्र विचारे कनिपुनो सद्धर्म आपको
लोकानामितकारिणो त्रिभुवने मन्या शरण्यतरो राधा कृष्ण पदारविन्दं भजन नन्दीन मतलितो वन्दे रूप सनातनो रघुयुधो श्रीजीवदो बालको.
Next time we'll sing with a muted one then. I've got the experience now. So somebody can read the translation for this verse. That's an invocation prayer which Prabhupada has used and his dedication to 6 Goswamis. Somebody can read the translation.
May I?
Yes, Kashish.
Rakhi. It's Rakhi actually. Yes, Kashish Sadani is also my name. So I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswami, namely Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Swami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in screw. What is this word? Screwed in.
Scrutinizingly. Very
Scrutinizingly, okay. Studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings. Thus, they are honored all over the three worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Radha and Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna.
By the way, there's one question. I think usual attendance is 27 we have in this class, or there are more people who are coming for the class?
We are having more students around 58, but I know क्यों ढीठ बन गए आते ही नहीं.
Because I saw the last time there was 51 or 52 students.
Yes, the student count are 58. Total 58 students we are having in this batch.
Will they come gradually? Will they come gradually one by one?
Gradually, one by one. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes they come one time, but usually they come gradually.
Okay. Maybe there's something wrong with my class. Maybe I thought they're not coming.
No, this is happening from next of instruction. Even his Chris Chandrasekhar Acharya Prabhu was also complaining about it.
Otherwise, I would have suggested you to change some other speaker with me, and replace
We
me.
don't want to, Prabhu.
Okay. So, Hane, shuru karno hai. So, do you have any question? I think they were Beena Kumari. She had a question from the last class. I was in rush, so I think I couldn't do justice with the question. So I forgot the question. So Beena Kumari is there?
No, Prabhuji.
She is not there. And somebody asked this question that my brother's name is Krishna and my mother's keep calling Krishna, calling my brother. So she remembers Krishna. Is it a pure devotional service or not? Who is this girl?
That was Shobha Prabhu.
Sarva Shobha.
She has just raised the hand. Shobha Mataji, you can speak.
Okay. So you had this question.
Hare
So
Krishna
when my
Prabhu.
mother,
Yes, it was me.
मुझे mother says करे Krishna. So is it a devotional, pure devotional service or not? What do you think? Is it pure devotional service? What others can contribute? A mother is calling his son for Krishna, and she's reminded of Krishna. What do you think? Is it a pure devotional service? No? Yes? Give a reason. अच्छा मम्मी मारती भी है भाई को कृष्णा मत बोल के चमाट also हार दिया ना
ना प्रभु जी एक्चुअली मुझे भेड़ का नाम आता मम्मी भेड़ दिया तो नखन दिया
हाथ ना खा लिया ठीक है चमाट भी लखनाला तो घटमा घट लखनाला तो चाहिए ना
इतना तो हल्दो है ना
हाँ इतना हल्दो थे ना तो तब कृष्णा याद नहीं आते so yeah. So Krishna means intention to please Krishna. Just a joking notes to start with. Anybody has any question from the last class? Otherwise, we'll take it forward with the continuation we were discussing. Okay, let's go forward. Let me share. Am I the host now? Have you made me the host? No, I'm not the host still.
Yes, Prabhuji, I have made you the host.
Okay. Let me share my screen then.
Yeah.
So we were discussing about pure devotional service. And in your module, you can see, I don't know the page number. Somebody can find the page number. Where you can see the division of 4 portions. This is how Sri Rupa Goswami is dividing this book. If I can make a request, you can keep your videos on. Keep your videos on.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Kishori Mataji, yeah?
Prabhuji, I have a question.
You have a question? Okay, let us start with your question. Let me just close the screen.
Okay,
Yes.
Prabhuji, today I was reading the introduction of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And Prabhuji, the first word is invoking
Auspiciousness. What is this?
Invoking auspiciousness. Basically,
Yes.
this is Mangalacharan. So we discussed,
Mangalacharan.
Mangalacharan. He's reciting the Mangalacharan, and the Mangalacharan has three components. Usually, any Mangalacharan invocation praise has three components. First is stating the theme of your book. Second is offering obeisances. Third is offering benedictions. So these are the components of a Mangalacharan. So in the first verse, Rupa Goswami is stating theme of this book. Akhila Rasamit, Krishna is the cause of all causes and reservoir of all the pleasures, all the rasas, sorry. And then he's offering obeisances to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to his elder brother Sanatana Goswami, and he's offering benediction also. One who reads his books indirectly, not directly, will be saved from the arguments of impersonalism. So those things are the invocation prayers. Okay, can I go forward now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. It takes 2 seconds to start the screen. Yes. Can somebody read this, the blue one? Before that, have you found this ocean, division of ocean in your module? There are 4
Yes,
oceans.
Prabhuji. I found.
Somebody can read this? Not Kishori, somebody else. You have read a lot of time already. So somebody else can go.
Hare
Yeah.
Krishna
Yes,
Prabhu.
ma'am. Please.
Can I?
Please.
As in the ocean, there are always different waves, either on the eastern side, the southern side, the western side, or the northern side. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu similarly has different waves. In the first part, there are 4 waves. The first being a general description of devotional service. The second concerns the regulative principles for executing devotional service. And the third wave, devotional service in ecstasy. And the fourth is the ultimate goal, the love of God. These will be explicitly described along with their different symptoms.
Good. So we'll be discussing one part of the ocean. The entire Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu has been divided into 4 parts. So we'll be covering only the Purva, the eastern part of this ocean, and which has got 4 waves. I'll repeat again. The Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu has been divided into 4 oceans, which has got its sides east, south, west, and north. And we'll be discussing only the eastern part of that ocean. That eastern part has got 4 waves, and these 4 waves are compared to this 4 topics of devotional service. General description first part. Second, regulative principles of executing devotional service. Third is devotional service in ecstasy, and the fourth one is love of God. So these 4 things we'll be discussing in the entire course of Nectar of Devotion. I'll cover until regulative principle. Thereafter, Atul Krishna will continue. But it's not that we'll be just covering this 9. Basically, this entitles up to 9 chapters. So it doesn't mean that you can't read other chapters. It's up to you. You can read your own chapters after 19th chapter. But the course is until 19th chapter of this book, which is until devotional service. The ultimate goal, the love of God. Now let us start with the first thing. Can somebody read this first class devotional service? Krishna Mataji, do we have that alphabetically list of the students who can read one by one? So if you can put that list together
Yes.
in the chat box, so the student by their own name, they can see and they can continue to read.
Sure, Prabhu. I'm just doing it.
Who's the second one? Or you can name the person, obviously. It's okay.
Okay. Lakshmi Mataji, you can read.
First class devotional service is known by the tendency to be fully engaged in Krishna conscious, servicing the Lord favorably. Should I read next one?
Next one also, please.
Pure devotional service should be free from the desire for any material benefit or for sense gratification, as these desires are cultivated through fruitive activities and philosophical speculation.
And third one also.
This devotional service is a sort of cultivation.
And you can read this fourth one. Anushila. Are you there? I think we lost her, or is it?
Prabhu, her internet connection is not stable,
Okay.
so that's why
Okay.
maybe.
So let me read the last one. Anushilan, or cultivation by following the predecessors, teachers, acharya. As soon as we say cultivation, we must refer to activity. Without activity, consciousness alone cannot help us. All activities may be divided into two classes. One class may be for achieving a certain goal, and other may be for avoiding some unfavorable circumstance. In Sanskrit, these activities are called pravritti or nivritti, positive and negative action. There are many examples of negative action. For instance, a diseased person has to be cautious and take medicine in order to avoid some unfavorable illness. Okay. So now let me share the PowerPoint, and we'll discuss the verse Paribhasha Sutra for this book called Nectar Devotion. Let me find the verse out for you. Okay, so far we have done this. Anyabilashita Shunyam. This verse is a Paribhasha Sutra for this book. What is Paribhasha Sutra means? It is the thesis statement basis. This is the theme for the entire book, basically. Paribhasha Sutra means the main theme of the entire book. Abhi Anyabilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadi Namitam Anukulina Krishnanu Shilanam Bhaktir Uttama. So the definition of Uttam Bhakti, the first class Bhakti. Bhakti can be graded into many classes. First class, third class, second class. But the first class, the Uttama Bhakti, the pure devotion service is what? When first class devotion service develops, one must be devoid of all material desires. Knowledge obtained by monastic philosophy and fruitive action, the devotee must constantly serve Krishna favorably as Krishna desires. So we discussed in the last class, there are Sarupa Lakshan and Tatassa Lakshan in this verse. The foundational, you can say, elements of Shuddha Bhakti and the marginal elements. So foundation, which are the main element of this pure devotion service. What is that? Anukulena. Rupa Goswami is describing how the bhakti should be. It should be Anukulena, Krishna, Anushilana. Thereafter, we'll have one case studies. We'll discuss in details. So, what is Anukulena? Anukulena means favorable. The bhakti has to be favorable. It's not that just you're thinking of Krishna. The thoughts of Krishna must be favorable. Even the demons in Vrindavan Leela, they're thinking of Krishna. Ravana in Ram Leela is also thinking of Rama. Kansa is thinking of Krishna, but he's not counted as pure devotees because he's thinking of Krishna unfavorably. He's thinking of Krishna to kill Krishna, not to serve Krishna. So first criteria is Swarupa Lakshan is Anukulena. It has to be favorable. Second, the bhakti is only targeted at Krishna. Now, Krishna includes three things: Krishna, Krishna's personal expansion, and Krishna's pure devotees. I hope we have this. Favorable, pleasing to Krishna. Perform with the intention to please Krishna. If you don't remember anything in the class, the bhakti's foundational definition is it is an intention to please Krishna. Let me ask you a question. Where is? Okay. I think Krishna Priya is also frozen. Okay, now okay. You seems like you were frozen. Now let me ask you one question. Can you cite any example from the scriptures? Could be Bhagavatam, could be Mahabharata, could be Bhagavad Gita, wherever. where the action performed towards Krishna is bad, is not good. Action performs towards Krishna is not good, but Krishna accepts the intention of a person. Very classic example, just for a hint. Just to give an idea of what is pure devotion service, where an action performed by one person is not good, is not that favorable. Yes, Kishori Lakha. Is it so simple question? You can answer so quickly. Yes.
Prabhuji, in Mahabharat, Krishna tolerate Shishupal's all bad deeds.
Somebody else can try. Action towards Krishna. Very classic example. Very prominent, the brightest one as this question comes. You're thinking so deeply.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, maybe the Putna demon.
Action towards Krishna is bad, but here the action is good, intention is bad. It's a vice versa. If you see the Putna case, her intention was to kill Krishna, but the action of feeding Krishna is a service, feeding milk to Krishna is a good. So basically, it's a directly opposite example. So in this case, what Krishna does is, Krishna rejects the intention, accept the action.
Prabhu,
Yes, Krishna Priya Mataji.
from Mahabharat, can we say that Bhishma Dev?
Yes, Bhishma Dev.
Yes.
His action, he's piercing the body of Krishna with his arrows, but Krishna is accepting the intention of a Bhishma Dev. Sometimes Krishna...
And Prabhuji, Karn also?
Karn, in what case? No? But Karn is not counted as pure devotees. Bhishma is.
Yes.
It's one of the authorities. Because Bhishma is having a rasa with Krishna. That's chivalrous rasa, yeah? The rasa of fighting. And through his arrows, he's piercing the body of Krishna and he's giving pleasure. It is as if giving with the intention to give pleasure to Krishna. And Krishna is deriving that pleasure from the arrows of Bhishma Dev. So the action is bad. So the first case study, the action is bad, but the intention is loving. Krishna accepts the intention of a person. Let's say the second case, the Putna case, the opposite, where the action is good. She's feeding milk, her own milk, to Krishna as a service, but the intention is bad. So what does Krishna do? He, although Putna as such is not pure devotee, but she is again was promoted as a mother in the spiritual world. Obviously, then she became a pure devotee. Now see the third case study.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Can we see the gopis when she left their homes for Krishna?
Yeah, action towards Krishna is good. Intention is also good. In the case of gopis, I'm defining both things separately, action and intention. Now let me discuss the third case. Can you remember any case where action towards Krishna is also bad, is not favorable, and intention is also not favorable? Here I'm not trying to tell this is pure bhakti or he's a pure devotee. Though the case of Bhishma Dev is precisely the example for the pure devotee, which is the most suited case study in the context. But here I'm trying to give you the nature of Krishna. How does Krishna deal with the action and intention of the person? How does Krishna respond to those things? So do you find any case study where the action of a person is bad towards Krishna and the intention, hear it first, intention is also bad towards Krishna? How can you Kansa, okay. Action is also bad, intent is also bad.
Sheshupal.
So I didn't complete the question.
Okay.
In that case, when the action is bad, intention is also bad. Somebody comes to Krishna, Krishna forgives. Do you find any one example? The very
Duryodhan?
nature.
Indra.
Indra. His action of eradicating all the Vrajvasis with Samataka showers of rain was bad. Intention is bad, action is bad, but even if your action intention is bad, if you come before Krishna and ask forgiveness, apologies, Krishna will forgive you. One case, I'm just trying to tell you the nature of Krishna. One case where Krishna does not forgive. Can we have any example?
Prahlad
One
Maharaj.
case. See, so far what we have discussed, where action is good, but the intention is bad, Krishna forgives. No? That is Bhishma Dev. Action is bad, but the intention is good, Krishna forgives. Vice versa. Action is good, intention is bad, Putna. Still Krishna forgives. Right? Second example. Action is bad, intention is bad. If you come to ask Krishna for forgiveness, Krishna will still forgive. Third thing. One case where Krishna does not forgive.
Ashwathama.
Ashwathama. Okay. The classic example is Amrish, the Durvasa Muni. But in that case, he tried to harm his Krishna's devotee, pure devotee Amrish Maharaj, Durvasa Muni, perhaps you know from the 9th canto. In that case, also, if you come and approach Krishna and ask for the advice and solution, Krishna will direct you in such a way your offense is nullified. Krishna guided Durvasa Muni to take forgiveness from Amrish Maharaj. I cannot directly forgive that. So just I was trying to tell you the nature of Krishna. How does Krishna is forgiving? It's a nature of Krishna that Krishna accepts the least qualification of person. Yes, please.
Prabhuji, can we say like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he became angry with Jagai and Madai? So can this example is also because
Yeah.
So we
Because
can.
one of the Madhai, I think Madhai begged forgiveness from Chaitanya
Yes.
and Mahaprabhu forgave.
Okay.
So now let me discuss again the definition of pure devotional service. It is anukulena, favorable towards Krishna. Intention is to please Krishna. Intention is very clear. See, action may not be pleasing to Krishna in the exceptional case, but the intention should be to please Krishna. The classic example is Yashoda Mata. Krishna may be displeased with some of the chastisement from the mother Yashoda, but the intention is to please Krishna. So Krishna accepts the intention, not the action. Because action may be displeasing to Krishna sometime in the exceptional case. But in general, the intention action is to please Krishna. The simple definition of bhakti is intention to please Krishna. And this should be a favorable intention. Now, the bhakti is towards Krishna, his pure devotees, Krishna's personal expansion, and Krishna himself. Now comes Anushilanam. Can you see the words in your module? I request everyone to open your module and you find this verse out. So there are different components of the words we're discussing here now. So we have so far discussed Anukulena. We are discussing now the primary Sarupa Lakshana. This is very important. Sarupa Lakshana. Krishna, Anukulena, and Anushilanam. Anu means falling and constantly, and Shilana means cultivation. Whenever Prabhupada describes bhakti, he defines bhakti as a process, always as a process. And bhakti has a gradation, sadhana bhakti, bhav bhakti, and prema bhakti. So bhakti is never automatic. In bhakti, nothing that is, it's not that everything happens automatically. Bhakti is a cultivation. You have to make efforts. Whenever we call, say, a practice without goal is useless. When it is a sadhana, sadhana has to have a sadhya. Any practice without goal is useless. So when we are executing bhakti, when we are cultivating, when making efforts for the bhakti, what does it mean? We are aiming for what? Okay. Let me ask you a question. What do you want from Krishna? Or let me make it more simpler. Why are you doing bhakti? Why are you doing bhakti? What do you want?
To please Krishna, to achieve
Please
prema.
Krishna.
To
Oh,
his to
Itika,
achieve his
Itika
prem
is there.
and
No,
bhakti.
Itika is there. She wants to say something first. Yeah.
To serve him, to please him.
To serve and to please Krishna. Okay. Okay. What do you want in bhakti? I think let's make
Krishna's prem.
Krishna's prem. You want Krishna's prem? Okay. What else you want in bhakti? Let's see.
Pure
Let's see.
love of God.
Who's saying
Yep.
what?
The pureness of mind.
Purity of mind. Okay. You want purification, basically. You want Krishna prema. What else? What else? What do you want in bhakti? You're doing Bhakti Sastri. What do you want in bhakti? What do you want in bhakti?
To increase the bhakti actually.
You want in bhakti to increase bhakti.
Yeah. Actually,
Preach. To preach
we are
more.
doing, to preach. We are doing Bhakti Shastri to increase, to enhance in bhakti.
Okay. Bhakti Shastri is a part of following a process of bhakti. So, Gitika, why we are doing bhakti? What do you want?
To preach.
Okay. You're doing bhakti to preach. About whom?
Krishna.
About Krishna. So, first you must get Krishna to give Krishna to others, right? That's a preaching. One is experiencing Krishna himself, one relishes Krishna himself, and is trying to distribute Krishna to others. So bhakti means the aim is Krishna, love of Krishna, or relationship with Krishna. So that is the aim of bhakti. Now, this verse has Tathastha Lakshana as well. Which is, can somebody tell what are the marginal characteristics of bhakti from the module if you have?
Anukulena Krishna Anushilana.
No, marginal.
Oh, marginal.
These are the primary, marginal. Tathastha.
Marginal. That is Anya
Sarupa
Bhilasita Shanyam.
Anya Abhilashita Shunya
Shanyam.
Jnana Karmadi Anavritam. So these are Tatha selection. Now, when we talk about cultivation first, this one thing is remaining. Cultivation means some activity. And activity, there are two kinds of activity. One is favorable, one is unfavorable. So we have to do something which is favorable in bhakti and avoid something which is unfavorable, which is called pravarti, favorable. Nivritti means unfavorable. So now, any activity can be done with body, mind, and words. So with, can somebody read this now? Krishna conscious person. Krishna Priyamadri, can you read? I can see now on the screen.
Yeah. A Krishna conscious person engages his words in preaching the glories of the Lord. This is called Kirtana. And by his mind, a Krishna conscious person always thinks of the activities of the Lord. In Prabhu, continue.
Yes, yes, yes.
In this
Yes,
way, we can always think of the activities and pastimes of the Lord. This is the mental culture of Krishna consciousness.
The mental culture of Krishna consciousness means what? In mind, we only think about Krishna. With words, we glorify Krishna. And with body, we serve Krishna. BMW. Yeah? Body, mind, and words. Everyone must have BMW with him, with her always. With body, you serve Krishna. In mind, you think of Krishna. And with words, you glorify Krishna. Now, there's a word Anushilanam, falling. Now, one cannot connect with Krishna directly. There has to be via medium. We get the mercy of Krishna through parampara. Now, this is a very important verse and which will open up many questions. Can somebody read this now? The yellow part?
Can I, Prabhu?
Please.
Hare Krishna.
Don't ask me, ask Krishna Priya Madhuri because I can't see anybody on the screen now.
Okay. The connection with the spiritual master is called initiation. From the date of initiation by the spiritual master, the connection between Krishna and a person cultivating Krishna consciousness is established. Without initiation by a bona fide spiritual master, the actual connection with Krishna consciousness is never performed.
So let's read this again. Without initiation by a bona fide spiritual master, the actual connection with Krishna is never performed. How many of you are initially devotee here? Let's see. Uh-huh. Where is this? Is the where? Okay. So this verse says, without initiation from the spiritual master, the actual connection with Krishna is never performed. So what does it mean? How many of you are initiated here? We have
Not
only one
yet.
devotee. How many of you are going to be initiated this year?
Don't know.
Next year? At least planning?
Yeah, maybe next year.
It's only your saying. Okay. So what does it mean? Prabhupada saying the date of connection, from the date of initiation, the connection with the spiritual master, the connection with Krishna is established, actual connection is established. From when? The date of initiation. So I have one following question the same. Does that mean you have no connection with Krishna? Krishna doesn't know you? What do you mean? Before initiation, so there is no connection with Krishna.
No, we have connection with Krishna even though we are not initiated. Because as a jiva, as a soul, we have a right to serve Krishna. So it means we have a connection with Krishna.
Okay.
It's just that by the mercy of Guru, we will know that we have that connection with Krishna.
Okay. So what is that actual connection is not? Does Krishna know you now? What do you think? Does Krishna know you? Have you noticed? Does Krishna know you?
Yes,
Before
Prabhuji.
initiation.
He knows.
Yeah, connection is already there. Yeah.
Yes.
Even preparation before Krishna, before Diksha is just like you have in Diksha, you get one seed. And preparation for Diksha is like digging the ground, making it pliable, soft, so that seed can fructify later on. So even the preparation before Diksha is a part of the Diksha in that sense. So you're making that ground so that the seed of devotion service can fructify. So that things. Obviously, Krishna knows, but the connection becomes solid after Diksha because the mercy of the spiritual master is involved there. Okay. Just to inspire you for Diksha here. Anyone. Energy is a sort of strength. This strength can be spiritualized by the mercy of both the bona fide spiritual master and Krishna. This energy is what energy? Spiritual energy, which is the divine potency of Krishna, that is Radharani. Basically, by the combined mercy of Guru and Krishna, if you're following the instruction of Guru, targeting towards Krishna, all the activities dedicated towards Krishna is spiritualized. So one is serious about spiritual life is given by Krishna the intelligence to come in contact with a bona fide spiritual master. So who will get the intelligence? Who is serious. Then by the grace of the spiritual master, one becomes advanced in Krishna consciousness because he gives those instructions which makes him advanced in devotion service. In this way, the whole jurisdiction of Krishna consciousness is directly under the spiritual energy, Krishna and spiritual master. Can somebody read this now? And we'll go forward.
Poonam Mataji. आपका पहले हैंड रेस था पूनम माताजी.
Devotional service means to prosecute Krishna conscious activities which are favorable to the transcendental pleasure of the Supreme Lord Krishna, and any activities which are not favorable to the transcendental favor of the Lord cannot be accepted as devotional service.
Any activity which is not favorable to Krishna consciousness is not accepted as pure devotional service. So definition of a pure devotee, his service is favorable and is always in relation to Krishna. Prabhupada says, any desire except for the service of the Lord is called material desires. Now let us discuss the Tathastha Lakshan. Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. Anya means other. Abhilashita means motives. Shunya means devoid. Jnana karmadi. Jnana and karma. What is jnana? The purpose of jnana is merging into impersonalism, into void. That's a purpose of jnana. So only really, can somebody, I can see Hitika Mataji. Can you read this only really by the yellow one and the pink one thereafter?
The pink one?
Only really by philosophical yellow and the pink one, both.
Only rarely by the philosophical speculation can one reach the conclusion of worshipping Vasudeva Krishna. If this ultimate goal is reached, then philosophical advancement is favorable. But if the conclusion of philosophical speculation is
If the purpose of jnana, we can't hear you anymore, but the purpose of jnana is Krishna, is favorable towards Krishna, the jnana is accepted. If the purpose of jnana, of philosophical speculation, if it is not Krishna, aimed at Krishna, it is not bhakti. If it is aimed at impersonalism. And Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita also, only really by philosophical speculation one can reach the conclusion of worshipping Vasudeva. Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudullabha. So bhakti should be devoid of jnana and the tinges of jnana and karma. So jnana we have discussed, karma will also discuss. Actually, Krishna consciousness can be based simply on hearing, chanting, remembering, etc. Described in the Srimad Bhagavatam are 9 different processes, beside which everything done is unfavorable to Krishna consciousness. Thus, one should always be guiding against fall down. What is unfavorable? Anything except 9 process of devotion service. Everything is unfavorable. Many forms of so-called renunciation are also not favorable to Krishna conscious devotion service. Now let me share the screen and summarize, because this seems to be very complicated. And then we'll have a case studies. So Swarup Lakshana are 3 Swarup Lakshana. Can somebody tell what is the Swarup Lakshana?
Anukulena, Krishna Nushilena.
Krishna Anushilanam. Correct. Okay, Anukulena Krishna Anushilanam. Now Tathasya Lakshana. What is the meaning of Anu? No, not Krishna Priya. What is the meaning of Anu? Let me see if you have understood more.
Continuously with devotion.
Constantly, and second, following. Anu means following the parampara.
Following parampara.
I think that may be one of the questions your CV. I don't know, but that should be. So what Anu suggests that one should engage himself in service of the Lord without intervals. Any interval. He must be engaged in the service 100% and always. There must not be any interruption in such progress of devotional service. It means constant. Now, Ananya, yeah. Now, Tata selection. Anya abhilashita shunyam. Other desires, motives, 0. Okay. Jnana karmadi anavitam. This is a Tata selection we are discussing now. Karma adi means artificial detachment, renunciation, mystic yoga. Anavitam. Bhakti should not be covered by artificial detachment and mystic yoga. Can somebody read this now? Anavritam.
Hare Krishna. Anavritam, uncovered by mental speculation or fruitive activities. Karmadi Gyan, Karmadi Anavritam, not covered if you mix up karma with bhakti. If you mix up Gyan with bhakti, or if you mix up yoga, it is contaminated, it is not pure.
Can somebody tell what is karma? Fruitive activities. You must have read so many times. What are fruitive activities?
Desire for the results.
Fruitive activities, desires for the results. Okay.
Which are done only for our sense gratification.
Desires for sense gratification, fruitive activities. Social customs also, karma kand also fruitive activities. No? Generally, Prabhupada mentions about fruitive activities, the karma kand, or any desire for enjoyment in this world, fruitive activities. So bhakti should be devoid of any desire for personal enjoyment. Basically, the motive should be to please Krishna, not the personal enjoyment. Now, abhilashita. Abhilashita means motives. Motive should be to serve Krishna. Now, one may have personal desires because of conditioning, surroundings, and so on. So, even though one may have personal desires, but the motive is to serve Krishna, that is still counted amongst pure devotional service. Hmm. Sometimes devotee may say, "Oh Krishna, please save me. Krishna, protect my health." It's a personal desire, right? It is not for Krishna. You want to pray to Krishna to protect your body, basically, which is called a desire for self-preservation. Even that desire for self-preservation is included in pure devotion service. It's not excluded. Somebody has a desire, personal desire of protecting his body. It's still counted in the pure devotion service if the motive is to serve
Serve
Krishna.
Krishna.
Why do I want to have this good body, good healthy body, so that I can serve Krishna? Motive is to serve Krishna. Oh Krishna, please protect me. And sometimes you have this desire, Krishna, please, I have an exam, please protect me. Even though you have such a desire, still you're counted as pure devotee. Because ultimate purpose of your studies is to offer your studies to Krishna. The motive is to serve Krishna. So that flexibility you have in devotion service. So desires for self-preservation, desire for personal desire is one, but the motive should be there to serve Krishna. What else? Let me have some case studies. Okay. Where do I have the case studies? Let us see some of the desires. And you decide whether this is pure devotion service or mixed devotion service. Okay. Now, somebody can read this.
Sagar Prabhu?
A devotee purchases green coconuts and brings them to the temple for all of the Lord's Abhinikas.
Abhisheks, basically. Abhisheks. So,
Abhisheks.
what do you say? This is pure devotion service or not? Anybody can guess. According to definition of pure devotion service.
Yes, Prabhu.
What is lacking? What is lacking? Is it pure devotion service?
Yes.
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 What is lacking? There is something lacking.
Dedication.
No dedication.
Intention is not mentioned here.
Intention is not mentioned. Okay. Second thing is
All
it
the lords.
is it a constant
Or
activity or
just Krishna.
No, it's not constant activity, Prabhu.
not? And okay, we take it for granted. The Lord here means Lord Krishna, but it's not a constant activity, and the intention is also not mentioned, as Krishna Priya mentioned, Matani. Second one.
Can you clarify the first one, please?
Intention is not mentioned here. Or the activity, the one criteria of devotion service, pure devotion service is the activity has to be constant without interruption. That is not clarified. So we don't know it's a pure devotion service or not. Let us go for the next one.
Number 2, a full-time temple pujari accepts financial maintenance from the temple for all his Gahastha maintenance.
Okay, what do you say?
Yes, so not pure devotional service, Prabhu.
Why? Why?
First of all, the three things, as it is also, it is that he's getting financial maintenance from the temple. for his grist maintenance, which should not be done, I think. And
There can be pure devotees who are taking financial maintenance from the temple because that's a source of income for them to maintain the family. But here the intention, other things are not very clear. So
not
we don't
mentioned
know
here.
it's a pure devotion service or not. Okay, rest things are not clear.
Okay.
Now, third thing, a devotee daily cooks offering of bhoga for the deity in the temple, and he often burns preparation. What do you think?
No,
It is
But
Prabhuji.
intention is
It's
devotional
not
good.
service.
like devotional service because
No,
he is.
Prabhuji.
यार इतने
Yes.
सारे one by one माता जी.
Intention is good, like offering bhoga.
Action is good.
Action is
Intention may be
good,
good.
but
Action
he
is not
must
good,
not
but
be
intention
thinking
is
that
good.
time that it is for
Intention
Krishna and
is
I have to cook it for like.
One by
intention
one.
is good, but it is not. There is no dedication.
Yeah,
If
but
intention is good, now
yeah, he would learn the proper cooking. Yeah, intention seems unclear here, right?
Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, number 3 sentence, there is a good intention, but bad action.
Okay. Let us go for the next one. So in the third one, he's offering his
Prabhuji, please
service
clear
daily.
that one.
Yeah. Third one is he's offering his service daily to the deities. Action is good. He's offering bhoga for the deities, means that intention is also there, but one part of the intention should be if he's offering daily and every day is burning preparation means what? He's not really thinking about Krishna's pleasure, isn't it? He must learn the right way to cook for the Lord, right? That's part. This intention is very subtle here. Now let us go forward for the next one. A grasa
No
devotee.
consciousness.
Yeah.
But maybe he is not a better cook, so it's his fault.
Let me
Maybe
give you
he's in learning stage.
let me give you some good examples because uh, let us read the ninth one. Somebody can read the ninth one.
A Sankirtana devotee regularly cleans his vehicle at the car wash because he considered the vehicle Krishna's property.
So what are the components here for the pure devotion?
Regular.
Is it pure devotion service or not?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes. There's a
Yes,
devotee.
Prabhuji.
He's
There is
regularly washing
intention.
car. He's regularly washing car, thinking the car is Krishna's property.
Yes. Intention and regularity.
His intention is clear, and he has a regular flow of devotion service without interruption. So that is an example of pure devotion service. Now I'll read the next one. A guest visit the temple. A guest visit the temple and gives a donation for the seva puja of the deities. Is it a pure devotion service? What do you think?
No, maybe no.
No,
Why?
Prabhuji.
Not
They're
constant
not
and
regularly.
not intention
Yeah,
mentioned.
it's not regular. It's not regular. Obviously, intention is not also mentioned here. Now, 12th one. Let us read the 12th one. A brahmachari attends Mangal Aarti every day because he wants to maintain his position on the temple council. Is it pure devotion service?
No,
No,
Prabhu.
Prabhuji.
No.
Why?
No.
Why? Because
Intention is
Action
not
is
good.
action
He
is
does
good,
not
but
do by
intention is not
for
good.
his own
Intention is bad.
own
Because
benefit.
he should do Mangal Aarti for Krishna only, but here the intention is not good.
Yes,
He was
good.
doing it for own well-being.
It's
Somebody
for
stop.
his own position, yes.
Uh,
प्लीज
okay.
प्लीज गर्ल्स मेंटेन सम डिसिप्लिन, ऐसे तो हमारे कान ही फट जाएंगे.
Yeah, somebody's saying the right thing. Who is this?
It's me, Shobha.
Yeah, so one who raises hand, he has to contribute. So now it is Shubha. Now you read the 16th one.
An ISKCON guru travels to the Middle East for preaching because Indian people there can donate more money than people in India.
Okay. What do you think is pure devotion service?
No, Prabhu.
No,
Because
Prabhu, it's not.
No, it's like
No,
donation.
Prabhuji.
बस यार मैं सब चुप बता ले कोई. हिक हिक करे चयो, हिक हिक करे चयो। ॾाढो सारे सभी इकट्ठे नहीं। Okay. 17. A new devotee wants to take initiation from a pure Vaishnava guru who has many disciples in the zone because he will get better facility after initiation. Is not pure devotional service because intention is not to please Krishna. The gopis worship goddess Katyayani because they wanted to have Krishna as their husband. This is pure devotional service, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So far we are done with this. Let me just conclude. So actually you got the idea of what is mixed devotion service, what is pure devotion service. Mm. And thereafter, Srila Rupa Goswami gives one more definition of pure devotion service. When the senses are engaged for the actual proprietor of the senses, it is called devotion service. When the senses are engaged in the service of Krishna. When the same senses are engaged in executing the order of Krishna, our activities are called bhakti. When the senses are engaged in executing the orders of Krishna, when you're following the instruction of Krishna. Now, this is a final climax. Prabhupada sums up everything here. Somebody can... Yes, please.
When one is fully aware that he does not belong to any family, society, or country, but is internally related to Krishna, but then realize that his energy should be employed not in the interest of so called family, society, or country, but in the interests of Krishna. This is purity of purpose and the platform of pure devotion service in Krishna consciousness.
Such a final conclusion when one realizes that he doesn't belong to any family. Which family do you belong to? Sindhi, some people say some Koistani. We don't belong to any family, society, or country, but we are eternally related to Krishna. We are neither Sindhi, neither Hindu, neither Koistani, neither Hyderabadi. We belong to Krishna. I belong to Krishna. And my whole energy should be employed not for them, but for the interest of Krishna. And that is the purity purpose, and that is the platform of pure devotion service in Krishna consciousness. Here we end the first introduction of this book. Now let us go forward for the first chapter. Entitled Characteristics of Pure Devotion Service, right? And here Srila Rupa Goswami, he quotes, and with that quotes, we'll ask you one question. A devotee, what to speak of rejecting material sense gratification, does not even want any of the 5 kinds of liberation. He is satisfied simply by discharging loving service to the Lord. That is the characteristics of pure devotion. You read it carefully, then I'll ask you one question on the same. Go through it again with the same line. A devotee doesn't want any liberation. He just wants simply the pure devotional service of the Lord. Okay, good. Now let me ask you a question. How many of you have ever heard any of the Prabhupada lecture? Any one Prabhupada lecture? Maybe few lectures. You have heard that? You can just raise your hand. Let me see. You hear Prabhupada or not? Okay, good. Now, my second question. In your own experience of hearing Prabhupada, maybe once, twice, or many times, how usually Prabhupada would end his lecture? How Prabhupada would end his lecture? Let me pick up. Okay? There are few students, I think the videos are off and I can see their name as well. Daya Lohana is there one. Can I pick? Okay. Lakshmi. Is Lakshmi or Lakshmi? It has to be X. No? Okay. So
Lakshmi.
Yeah. So what's your experience? What did you notice when how Prabhupada would end his lecture? Would finish his class? Have you heard Prabhupada's lecture?
Prabhuji, I never listened. No, Prabhuji, no.
Okay. No way. Um, mm, Let me refine my question. Mm,
Prabhuji,
How many of you? Okay, Shobha, you want to say something?
Prabhuji, maybe Prabhupada said in the end of the lecture that chant Hare Krishna and be happy.
It's good answer, but not exact one. It's very close one. Good attempt. Let me refine my question. Mm, do you want to go back to God?
Yes.
But
Yes.
here it is said a devotee rejects all kinds of liberation. You know, just read Srila Rupa Goswami saying devotee rejects all kinds of liberation. So a devotee doesn't want to go back to God even, which is counted as liberation, right?
We want to go above liberation.
Above Krishna. Where you want to go?
Not above Krishna,
Hmm?
not above Krishna, but
Hmm.
above liberation. Krishna is above the liberation.
Okay, above liberation. Um, um,
Maybe
should
we are thinking that liberation is also our own like mean.
personal
We are
desire.
just serving Krishna.
Yeah,
Yes.
liberation is again a desire for personal sense gratification because I want to be liberated. Is that right? Is that so? Should we desire to go back to God or not? What do you say? A devotee doesn't desire any liberation, any salvation. And if you read about liberations, they are liberation like one can be close to Lord, samipya on the same planet. One can have same sarupa as a Lord, can have the same form on the Lord's planet. These are descriptions of liberation. It's not just Sayuja Mukti, which is impersonalism, but there are other kinds of liberation, which includes Sarupya. You can have the same form as a Lord, and you can live on the same planet as a Lord live. Hmm? So a devotee doesn't desire. Basically, these are desires for the back to Godhead. Should a devotee desire to go back to Godhead?
Maybe not, because a pure devotee only wants to serve Krishna.
Okay. A pure devotee wants to serve Krishna. So now the question becomes more stronger. Prabhupada usually would finish his class by saying, everyone must go back to Godhead in this very lifetime, and your life will be sublime. So this is my research on most of the Prabhupada's lecture, hearing for so many years, and this is how Prabhupada would finish his class. Just go back home, back to Godhead, and your life will be sublime. So this seems contrary. On one side, we should not have any desire for liberation, even for going back to Godhead, which is considered desire for personal sense gratification. It is my personal desire. I want to go back to Godhead. It is not Krishna's desire, no?
We should leave everything on Krishna, whatever he
Voice
wants,
is not coming. We
whatever
can't
Krishna
hear
wants.
you.
Sorry, one by one. I can't hear. Neha Kundnani.
I was saying that we should leave everything on Krishna.
So we should not desire for going back to Godhead?
Krishna
As
wants
Prabhupada,
that we will go. If Krishna wants, then we will be going.
Prabhupada is saying we should desire, we should go back to Godhead. In each of his class, almost, Prabhupada is hammering on the same point again and again in each of his class. Maybe there are about 3,000 recorded lectures of Prabhupada. And almost in each lecture, Prabhupada saying, just go back to Godhead. So we have Daya Mataji finally with us. Would you like to contribute in some way? She has already done Bhakti Sastri. Hopefully she can give some valuable remarks on the same.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी एक्चुअली
Hmm.
प्रभु जी मैं थोड़ा सा बिजी होती हूँ इसलिए
Okay. Do you have something to say on this thing? This back to Godhead and personal desire.
I think we should have a desire, as Prabhupada is saying, to God, by going there, our intention there also is to serve Krishna personally. Like here we are serving without the association of Krishna. We have Krishna, but not in a real sarup. So going back to Godhead,
Good.
that will be the more closer.
Good. Anybody else? Yes, Krishna Priya Mataji. What do you have to say? Should we try to go back to Godhead, or simply we should desire Krishna? I just want to serve you wherever you keep me.
I think Prabhu both.
Both?
Because Prabhupada mentioned both these things, so both.
Okay. See, there are different level of prayers according to one's advancement. Obviously, Prabhupada's words are the Ved Vakya. We should have desire to go back to Godhead. First, a conditioned soul is so much attached into this world, he must get this idea again. He has to be hammered again and again on the same. I must leave this world because of his attachment to this material world. He must develop a desire to go back to Godhead. When he has become mature in devotion service, he even gives up that desire of going back to Godhead. So it's a gradation, it's a culmination of desires, of maturity of bhakti. Initially, he desires for the back to Godhead, yeah, for the Lord's association in the spiritual world. But when he matures in devotion service more, he even gives up that desire. So, Krishna, wherever you keep me, I just want to surrender to you, serve you. A devotee is simply satisfied with the service of Krishna. There's one pastime. Prabhupada is telling to his disciple, I think Hansaduta in Vrindavan, that I was with Krishna and Krishna told me that you must go to this material world. And Prabhupada replied, material world, it's so nasty place. Who would go to material world? And Krishna told Prabhupada, you must go there and you must write books. And I want you to go there. So this is Prabhupada telling Hansaduta, his disciple.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, you are muted. Your voice is no.
Am I muted? No,
No.
I'm not muted. You can hear the recording later on then. So
Prabhuji, we should desire for the favorable condition as we serve Krishna.
yes,
As
yes.
can we?
Favorable conditions we should desire, but not the comfort. What you call this word called? What was that? Comfort zone. Comfort zone.
In the Bhakt family or where we can serve Krishna.
Obviously, a
Right.
devotee desires an atmosphere where he can execute devotion service to Krishna favorably,
Yes.
without much of impediments. Okay, let me. So, Shilarup, if you see your module, Shilarup Goswami mentions 6 kinds of characteristics of Samanya Bhakti. So, we described earlier. Let me just share my screen. Yeah. There are 6 characteristics of pure devotion service for the Samanya Bhakti. And the chapter after will discuss about the Sadhana Bhakti. So, pure devotion service brings immediate relief from all kinds of material distress, which is called. There's a Sanskrit word for it in the module. Can somebody read this Sanskrit word out? Immediate relief from all kinds of material distress. Kleshagni. Can you see? Yeah, Kleshagni. That the first characteristic of pure devotion service, Kleshagni. Bhakti brings immediate relief from all kinds of material distress. Can you see in your module? Or shall I share with you? You can't see? Okay, let me show it. It is there in the module. Can somebody find the page out for everyone? Or let me.
Page number 2, but not in the Sanskrit.
Okay, let me show you the Sanskrit one then.
Prabhuji, here is written only in English.
Okay, okay, let me share the Sanskrit one. Whereas, yeah. 6 characteristics of devotion service. Here, this English is written in a Sanskrit form. It has to be corrected. So in the meantime, I can show you this one. There's a one reference book, if you can also study it, if you want more details. I just want to show you the 6 things. This book I use as a reference for the preparation for this class. Yeah, these are the 6 characteristics of pure devotion service. Kleshagni first, the relief from material distress. Shuddha, the bhakti brings auspiciousness. Third, moksha lagutakrit. Pure devotion service derives even the happiness of liberation. Surdurlabha, it is rarely achieved. Sandrananda Visheshatma, it automatically puts one in the transcendental pleasure. Shri Krishna Akarshani. These are the characteristics of pure devotion service.
These are
This,
also mentioned in our handbook.
yeah, I think it must be mentioned there. But
Yeah,
somebody mentioned
mentioned. There are the 84 page number and 6 characteristics of Uttama Bhakti.
is it mentioned with the Sanskrit words?
Yes, yes, exactly.
Okay, this is what I was trying to find. And Shri Krishna Akarshani. It is the only means to attract Krishna. Pure devotion service has got this 6 immediate effect on you. Immediate. I mean, when somebody is running pure devotion service, these effects are seen. Now, let me go to the Prabhupada's purport. Okay, can somebody read this?
Sri Rupa Goswami says that the distresses from sinful activities are due both to the sins themselves and to sins committed in our past lives. Generally, one commits sinful activities due to ignorance, but ignorance is no excuse for evading the reaction sinful activities.
Next one also.
Sinful activities are of two kinds, those which are mature and those which are not mature. The sinful activities for which we are suffering at the present moment are called mature. The many sinful activities stored within us for which we have not yet suffered are considered immature. For example, a man may have committed criminal acts but not yet been arrested for them.
And can you read this one also? Last one.
Mature sinful activities are exhibited if one is suffering from some chronic disease, if one is suffering from some legal implication, if one is born in a low and degraded family, or if one is uneducated or very ugly.
Okay. Now, let me summarize because this will be too much for you. Okay. Okay. So there are 6 characteristics of bhakti, pure devotion service, and we are discussing the first one, kleshagni. It gives you immediate relief from material distress. Now, Prabhupada is talking about here. Why do we have distress? Do we have distress? Some anxieties, inabilities, tensions, anxieties. Do we have? Do we have?
Yes.
Everyone thinks his life or her life is more complex, most complex, in fact. Somebody can look into my life and see how much complexities are there in my life. How am I living? Everyone thinks his or her life is most complex, the kind of situation I'm dealing with, right? So they are distress, they are problems, they are anxieties. There are 3 reasons for anxieties. I think somebody asked this question, maybe Daya Mataji only, or maybe somebody's. We should think it is coming from karma, or should we think this is from Krishna? Somebody had this question yesterday, no?
Yes,
What?
Prabhuji, I had.
Or you asked this question.
Yes.
There are 3 kinds of, just to answer your question, briefly, there are 3 kinds of mentalities. According to their advancement, or their somebody may be a devotee, may not be a devotee, but according to his consciousness, there are 3 kinds of mentality in regards to situations and problems and difficulties in life. As soon as there are difficulties, for someone who has a very low consciousness, he starts to blame others, blame situation, people, surroundings, atmosphere. This blaming consciousness. When one becomes more advanced, obviously with spiritual knowledge, may not be a devotee, but he becomes more advanced with his own realization, understanding, and wisdom of the world. So he doesn't blame others in regards to difficulties, problem, and difficult situations, and anxieties, inabilities, whatever. He doesn't blame others, he blames himself. He makes himself responsible for his misdeeds, which he has committed in this lifetime and previous lifetimes. So he makes himself responsible, he doesn't blame other. So he believes that these are my karmas and I have to bear the reaction of these karmas. So I have to go through it. So he makes himself responsible or herself responsible. And the consciousness of a devotee. The conclusion of a devotee is, irrespective whatever happened in my life, good, bad, it's a mercy of Krishna. It's a blessings of Krishna. A devotee's conclusion is that everything is sent by God in my life. Every situation is arranged by the Lord in my life for my purification, for my advancement, and for my um, coming close to Krishna. Hmm? So Krishna has his ways and means to bring us closer to him. Now, I have one following question on the same. Um, um, what do you mean when we say coming close to Krishna? How can we come close to Krishna? Hmm?
When we remember more and more.
Okay, when we remember more and more.
We are in problems.
By hearing about Krishna.
By
Hearing
doing bhakti of Krishna.
By seva.
Good, by seva. Okay, what else? Hmm. Coming close to Krishna means coming close to the person who is close to Krishna.
Yeah, Guru.
Hmm. So yeah, one has to be trained into Krishna consciousness. Not automatically one can think of Krishna all the time. One can do that seva for Krishna. So initially for us, coming close to Krishna means coming close to the person who is close to Krishna. By seeing that person, we can get some glimpse of Krishna. So these are three kinds of mentality. So the lowest mentality is blaming others. A little higher than this is blaming oneself, blaming one's own karma. And higher than that is the consciousness of a devotee is every situation in my life is a blessings of Krishna. So it doesn't blame he doesn't blame Krishna, you have to be blamed. So if one blames Krishna, he's in the low consciousness. He thinks every situation is a blessings of Krishna, but he doesn't blame Krishna, obviously, for such situation. There are people who blame Krishna even. Okay. So now, for the distress that we have in the life, we all have some sort of distress. Oh, you have any question, Hitika Madhuri? I hope this is your first question in the class.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Please.
What
Yes.
about those who blame Krishna? Who don't blame Krishna? Who just blame bad thing happen in their life? Who blame on their self? And whatever happened good
Can
in
you
their
speak
life?
in Sindhi? Can you speak in Sindhi?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
मतलब यह है कि अगर कुछ सुठो थिए तो असां कृष्णा खे चवंदा आहियूं हा कृष्णा जी वजह सां थियो आहे अगर कुछ बुरो थिए तो सम्झो हा मुंहिंजा ई कर्म अहिड़ा आहिनि हुन लाइ मूंखे इहो मिलियो आहे so what about this like उहा कहिड़ी
Okay, obviously. Uh, yes, something good happens. Devotee's consciousness is sad. I don't deserve this, but Krishna is giving me even, I don't deserve this. By mercy of Krishna, I'm getting this. And this is a correct idea of, correct understanding of devotee in regard to situation. And something bad happens. So more bad should have happened to me, but by mercy of Krishna, Krishna has reduced my suffering. So that is a proper attitude. Thinking every situation is a blessing of Krishna. For the actually, nothing is negative or positive. Everything is for our own benefit. And we do live in this world because of a conditioning. We do so many mistakes, and we are reminded by Krishna again and again. One thing is that also Krishna uses your karmas to purify us. And Krishna wants us to learn from our mistakes. Sometimes we commit mistake because of our surroundings, our conditioning as well. Okay. So there are three kinds of distress. Distress comes through three kinds. Or we can make it more elaborate. There are three kinds of reasons which makes or which brings distress in our life. First is distress comes because of sinful actions, right? Second, because of sinful desires. Third is ignorance. This will be Prabhupada covering in his purports. So let me see. And Prabhupada describes there are two kinds of sinful reactions. One is called matured, which you already have got. Second, which are yet to come. Technically called prarabdha and aprarabdha.
Aprarabdha.
Prarabdha means something you already have got. You have kind of a body. You have female body. You have a kind of a obviously the beauty of your parents, your education, your learning, your intelligence, everything is given to you according to your prarabdha, which you already have got. Aprarabdha means something which are yet to come. So when somebody commits sinful activities, two results are there. One is you get the reaction. Second is there are reaction which are yet to come. You can say one is you get the reaction. Second is what do you say? Proclivity. When one commits sinful activities, one gets the reaction of sinful activities. At the same time, he has tendency to commit more sinful activities. Getting a point? So far, Prabhupada has talked about this, sinful activities and sinful desires. Thereafter we'll discuss about the vicious circle of sinful action and reactions. So first there is prarabdha, before that is aprarabdha, kutam, bijam, then prarabdha. So we'll discuss that into details now. Let us first read the Prabhupada purports, then we'll summarize with the chant. Here, if you see, Prabhupada says the sinful activities for which we are suffering at the present moment is called mature. Now, from this one, somebody can read this. My dear Ruddha.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
My dear Uddhava, devotional service unto me is just like a blazing fire, which can burn into ashes, unlimited fuel supplied to it. The purport is that as the blazing fire can burn any amount of fuel to ashes, so devotional service to the Lord and Krishna consciousness can burn up all the fuel of sinful activities.
So devotional service is so powerful, it can burn all kinds of sinful activities. Even if he's born in a family of dog eaters, lowest of all mankind becomes immediately qualified to perform sacrifices. So devotional service therefore has power to actually nullify all kinds of, remember this word, all kinds of sinful reactions. And then we'll show you one chart to which, can somebody read this? Two paragraphs, pink and yellow one.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Prabhu, can I read? It is stated in the Padma Puran that there are four kinds of effects due to sinful activities, which are listed as follows: the effect which is not yet fructified, the effect which is lying as seed, the effect which is already mature, and the effect which is almost mature.
And next one also.
These effects, described as almost mature, refer to the distress from which one is suffering at present, and the effects lying as seed are in the core of the heart, where there is a certain stock of sinful desires which are like seeds. The Sanskrit word kutam means that they are almost ready to produce the seed or the effect of the seed. An immature effect refers to the case where the seedling has not begun.
Now let me show you one chart so that you can understand the entire thing of sinful reaction, and thereafter we'll discuss about avidya. That thing. Okay. Now the only thing is remaining is avidya. Let me show you one chart. Can you see a chart in your module? Prarabdha, aprarabdha, avidya.
Prabhuji, page number
Page number 85.
85. Okay. And let me also just a minute. I'm also trying to find it for you. In the meantime, you just see the chart. See the chart, what the chart is talking about. I'll give you a minute. In the meantime, I'll just find it out. The more easy way for you.
Prabhuji, I think we don't have in this book.
No,
We
somebody
don't
mentioned
have
it is
the
on the
chart.
85 page number.
No.
Okay.
Page number 85, Rakhi Mataji.
It is an handbook.
Okay.
ऊपर है
I'll
स्नेहा
show
मेरे
you.
ऊपर एक बुक पड़ी हुई है वो तो ला के दो जल्दी से बुक पड़ी है ऊपर मेरी एक ला के दो
Yeah.
एसी के नीचे जो
Hare Krishna.
और
Keep
जरा
yourself
ये ना लो बुक ला के
muted.
दो
Keep yourself muted. Okay. Actually, Prabhupada will mention three things are there. Can you see the screen now? Okay. The cause of sinful activities. Why we perform sinful activities. And Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Yeshantam Gatam Papan Jananam Punya Karmana Teshan Dvanda Moha Nirmutta Vajante Mam Jadavita. So, unless and until one is continuing to perform sinful reaction, he cannot become determined in devotional service. His life has to be pious. Now, I hope you can see the bigger screen as well now, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Srila Rupa Goswami and Prabhupada both talks about three reasons for sinful actions. First is avidya, second is desires, third is sinful actions. Okay? Avidya, desires, and sinful action. So because of avidya, we have sinful desires, and when we have sinful desires, we perform sinful actions, which gives two kinds of reaction. Some action we get immediately, some actions are for the future. And some actions are in terms of sinful disposition. When somebody does or somebody commits sinful actions, there are two results. One is he gets the sinful reactions in terms of emotional and physical sufferings. And second, in his psychological mind, he gets this tendency, proclivity, and disposition. Disposition means proclivity or tendency. सिंधी में छा चवंदा आहिनि हिनखे हिकु झुकाव थींदो अथई झुकाव करण लाइ है ना to repeat that action again, there's a disposition, there's a tendency, there's a proclivity. So and any sinful action has two reactions. One is direct physical emotional suffering, and second is disposition. I hope you got it, or otherwise let me just summarize it, then I'll come to you again. So you see this circle. Because of avidya, one has sinful desires, and because of sinful desires, one commits sinful actions, and sinful actions has two reactions: aprarabdha and prarabdha. So one part of aprarabdha is prarabdha, which gives you emotional and physical suffering, and second part is kutam, which is called sinful disposition. Is it little complicated? Or you got this? Let me ask you.
Prabhuji, we just got this. We shouldn't do anything that is not good for us, like sinful action. We shouldn't do.
No, let me summarize you again, simplify for you. We should understand the cycle of sin. It's a cycle of sin. How does one sinful desires culminate into sinful reactions, then into physical and emotional suffering, then psychological disposition for sinful activity. Now you write it down. First, you write avidya, and then you make a one arrow downwards. Because of not having the knowledge of Krishna, person is in ignorance. He doesn't know his identity. When one doesn't know about his true identity as a servant of Krishna or a jiva or a soul, he has sinful desires. Because of avidya, we have sinful desires. So now you write second, sinful desires. And third, when one has a sinful desire, desires have to be manifested into action. They have to be. So before one commits any action or does any action, he has a desire behind on the background. So sinful desires will lead to sinful actions. When one commits sinful actions, there are two results. I'll repeat again. Because of avidya, we have sinful desires. Because of sinful desires, we have sinful actions. When one commits sinful actions, there are two results. Either simple. What happens when you have when you commit sin? Simple. What happens in layman? जे कोई मानु पाप करते तई छा थींदो
पाप लगंदो
पाप लगंदो छा
पाप लगंदो मतलब उनखे
किनके
हिकिड़ो
किनके
नतीजो मिलंदो
चेंदन पाप लगे किनके चेंदन पाप लगे हिनके पाप किस रूप में आता है हाँ इन व्हाट फॉर्म्स पाप कम
डिस्ट्रेस
दुख
मतलब
डिस्ट्रेस
उसका जो उनजो जेको
Suffering.
रिजल्ट आहे हा
हुनखे छा थींदो तई सफरिंग हुनखे कष्ट थींदो तई
दुख
कष्ट कष्ट केमां थींदो तई शरीर मां ऐं मन मां
बिनी में
मन
वो
मां मोस्टली मन मां
मन मां
the result of sin is two things, either emotional suffering or physical
Mental
suffering.
suffering.
Simple as that. And both emotional and physical suffering is the prarabdha, which you are getting, which you have got. If you're going through any emotional trauma, some people are going through emotional suffering, maybe because of exams, maybe because of somebody's tormenting you, harassing you, maybe because of family members, some relatives. It is result of papa. And some ailments, some suffering of disease is also a result of papa. It means you're getting it. It's a physical suffering, emotional suffering. You're getting it. You can see it. Second thing, this is called very direct suffering. Indirect suffering is that indirect suffering, or you can say indirect result of papa is you have proclivity, sinful proclivity, disposition, or tendency. They one and the same thing, which means you have attraction to do sinful activities. After committing sinful activities, there is kutam, there's a disposition, which becomes desire again. So now let me summarize again with the Sanskrit words. You must know. I think this will be part of your CV otherwise. So because of avidya, we have sinful desires, and because of sinful desire, this manifests into sinful actions. The result of sinful actions are two: direct and indirect. Direct action is prarabdha, which is called mental and physical suffering. Indirect sinful reaction is kutam, which becomes bijam in the later part. Kutam means sinful disposition, the habit of doing sin again. That is subtle in your psychological mind, the habit of committing sin again, and which gives it rise to sinful desires. And now let me again show you the same thing. I hope you can understand with the Sanskrit terms now. Can you see now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So because of avidya, this is beja, not beja, because it's wrongly written. It's bijam, sinful desires. Because of avidya, we have sinful desires, and that leads to papam, which is called sinful action. And that gives you two reactions. One is called prarabdha. Prarabdha means direct action. I'm getting sick. I'm getting emotional trauma, I'm getting anxieties. This is called prarabdha, something which you are getting, which you have already got. And aprarabdha means which will come to you in the form of kutam. Now you have a habit of committing sins again, which is called kutam. Habit of this attraction and taste basically for committing sin again is called sinful disposition, and which will lead to sinful desires. So this is a cycle of sinful desires. A person caught into this cycle of sinful action and desires can never come out of it. This is what Srila Rupa Goswami says. Only except by the devotion service. So devotion service destroys all the cycle, all the stages of sinful actions and reactions and desires and even avidya. This is sub and substance. Okay, I hope you got it. Maybe I'll share with you this diagram in the WhatsApp group. Okay, now let me share the screen. A person who is not trained in Krishna consciousness cannot become completely free from the desire for sinful activities. This is a prerogative of devotees only. This is the right of a devotee only to become free from the desire for sinful activities. Anybody who's not a devotee cannot become free from sinful desires. He's sure to commit sin and he's sure to get mental and physical suffering. That is why this world is called Samsara Dava Nala. Which and Samsara Dava Nala Leela Loka Tranaya Karma Ghana Ganatum. This world is like forest fires. And next, the tide not of false ego is due to ignorance. As soon as one is ignorant about his identity, he's sure to act wrongly and thereby become entangled in material contamination. This ignorance of factual knowledge can also be dissipated by Krishna consciousness. Pure devotion service in Krishna consciousness is the highest enlightenment. And when such enlightenment is there, it's just like blazing forest fire, killing all inauspicious snakes of desires. So basically, pure devotion service can remove avidya, can remove sinful reaction, can remove sinful desires, can remove sinful disposition, tendency, and proclivity, and can even remove the prarabdha also. Some of the prarabdha also. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, I would like to end also.
Prabhuji, as you mentioned that this devotional service burn all the kutam bijam, right, and some of the prarabdha, right? Then what about the unmanifested reaction?
Aprarabdha means
unmanifested reaction. That also burn or not burn through devotional service?
Also burn. Unmanifest also burn. Everything.
Prabhuji, I want to know what is like simple definition of surrender. How we can like say that this person is surrender, or even how can I analyze that I am surrender or not?
Simple definition of surrender means one is doing what he's supposed to do. In the sense, one is doing what his or her is sanctioned by his spiritual authority. Anything that you're doing which is sanctioned is called surrender.
Devotional service.
Or I can make it more simpler according to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Surrender means two things, essentially 6 things, but out of these 6 things, 2 things are very important. Doing those things which are favorable for devotion service and rejecting which are unfavorable. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur has given 6 limbs of surrender. So these are the first 2 limbs. Doing some anukula sankalpa pratikula se varjanam. Rakshati iti vishwaso goptitte varnam tatha karpanya atmanikshepa karpanya shadvidha shanagati.
It is in 18th chapter Purport I have read.
Yeah. So basically doing something Bhakti Sastri Thakur used to say, surrender means peacefulness. Once you have surrendered to Krishna, then there has to be peacefulness. Basically, you're doing something which is sanctioned to you according to your spiritual authorities, and the result you're leaving to Krishna. Now, there's one interesting thing in regard to surrender, since you mentioned this point. We say God is omniscient. Omniscient means God knows everything, right? And we also say God is omnipotent. The God is capable of doing anything. Now, let me make it more personal for you. Krishna knows everything about Daya, okay, right? And he's capable of doing anything for Daya. Is it? Despite knowing everything, despite capable of doing everything for you, he's still not doing something for you, which you are wanting from Krishna. It means what? Krishna has some other plan for you. Sometimes you may be demanding something from Krishna. And despite he's knowing your desires, and despite capable of fulfilling your desires and arranging for those things to happen, he's not doing it. It means what? He has some other plan for you. So surrender means keeping your plans aside and giving priority to the arrangement of Krishna. Exactly, depending on Krishna. And Krishna doesn't say you depend on me only in the times of profit. He says depend on me both in the times of profit and loss. He doesn't say just depend on me at the times of distress. He says depend on me in the Bhagavad Gita. Depend on me on both the times, crisis and the joyful time. So depending on Krishna, that is full surrender. So Hitika Didani Mataji, Tanjo Prashan Chhatri. Hope I answered your question, Mataji. There, Mataji. Or you have something to say? You usually have following question on your answer. Okay. Hitika Didani Mataji. I can't hear anything. Probably you have to do something with your mic next time. And Usha in the meantime.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Usha Mataji.
So my question is, can a person practicing bhakti still generate new sinful desires, or does Krishna protect him even from that?
It's all about this free will. Person can still commit. There is always that tendency to commit sinful activities. One has to be always guarding off himself from committing sinful activities. Even one may be engaged in devotion service, but if he or she breaks regulatory principles, right? Obviously, Krishna is guarding us at all the times. See, we say uh, it's a general term. We say we ask Krishna to give His mercy. We ask devotees to give His mercy. What is mercy? What is mercy of Krishna for us? Or rather, what is the biggest mercy of Krishna that we have with us?
Devotional service.
Before that, how do you execute
Life.
the service? Sorry, life. What is the mercy of Krishna?
Many.
Krishna di kirpa hai.
Uncountable. Everything is Krishna's mercy.
The first mercy of Krishna is jnana, his knowledge. Krishna has given his mercy in the form of knowledge to protect us from fall down or committing sinful acts, basically. So, even in devotion service, even though Krishna is trying to protect devotee from all the sides, but if devotee is stubborn, obstinate to commit sinful activities, Krishna can help. Same thing. Which desire Krishna will fulfill? The desire you're cultivating. Whether you're cultivating your material desire more than your spiritual desires. Obviously, you go towards the material side of your life. So it's a free will, basically, how you use your free will. The answer is it's not yes and no. Yeah, but one can commit sinful activities. Even we have seen in devotees' life, they're devotees. Even they're devotees for so many years, but they leave, they bloop after some time. Why? Because they are there is tendency towards material current, material proclivity. Now, Hitika, you are back again. So let us have your question. Hope your mic is good this time.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Um, I just wanted to confirm Anand because का sinful activities जो तो चार समझा है हो because का sinful activity कयूं था उनका बाद जो reaction है तो manifested हुंदो है तो unmanifested हुंदो है manifested में वो हुंदो है जो है ना असां के mental health जो कि असां torture वगैरह मिले ऐं या bodily disease जेके हुंदियूं आहिनि unmanifested reaction जेके future में ईंदा छा उहे mentally ऐं bodily ॿई ईंदा
Yeah. Bye ईंदा ठीक आहे स्टडी
मैनिफेस्टेड उहे जेके असां प्रेज़ेंट में न हींअर मिलनि पिया असांजे कर्म जे हिसाब सां ऐं अनमैनिफेस्टेड उहे जेके असां फ्यूचर में मिलंदा
फ्यूचर में मिलता हाँ वही ठीक है समझी वही लक्ष्मी
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
हाँ चलो
Prabhuji, my question is this, and how can we fully surrender oneself to Krishna? Because surrender means if there is bad or good, we don't ask question from Krishna that why this happened with me. But in this material world, if there is any bad thing happen with us, we say, why Krishna this happens to me? Why me or again and again?
So surrender
Suffering from
begins
this
with
thing.
surrender to spiritual master, or before your spiritual master, surrender to your spiritual authorities that under whose guidance you perform your devotion service. Surrender to them because they have with their experience of devotion service, they can guide you well. What is good and what is bad for you. So surrender begins, in short, uh, uh, with the surrender to a devotee. Immediate surrender to a devotee you're connected with. But generally surrender to spiritual master and surrender to Krishna. That's a progression. So Barka Hotwani. Hope your question is okay, Lakshmi Mataji. Okay, Hare Krishna. So
Yes,
excited.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Barka Hotwani.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, my question is like, just right now we said कि Jiki devotional service India, it burns all the sinful desires or the sinful reactions like prarabdha or aprarabdha.
Everything.
Like जेके असां past activities करे भी छॾिया आहिनि उन्हनि जा बि जेके reactions.
हुननि जे बि थी वञनि.
Then what about the example of Madhav Das?
Madhav Das.
Or like Mirabai, like she was so devoted, but why is still such a long journey to the old body? And
I don't know the story of Mirabai. If you can tell me which reactions she was suffering. She was a pure devotee, obviously.
Yeah, just one question. Like, if it's a pure devotee, do they get liberated like directly without suffering any reactions of any activities?
See, for a pure devotee, the suffering is not due to his sinful reactions. He may be going through some bodily suffering. It is not a result of sinful reaction because there is no sinful reaction. The body is spiritualized.
Actually.
You will see in ISKCON, you must also see the sannyasi's body is not burnt. Usually, I mean, especially of a spiritual master, is given samadhi because it is considered the body is not having karma. Basically, the body is whole spiritual and the person is into samadhi and is given samadhi. So the same very sannyasi, before even giving up his body, material body, not so-called material body, he may be having some diseases. But it is not the result of one's karmic reactions. Sometimes diseases are given by Krishna, so the devotee who is going through that disease, a pure devotee, can actually know the reason why Krishna has given me this disease, so that he can intensely focus on Krishna. Yeah. So we can understand this such a thing. A pure devotee going through a disease and he has an intimate relationship with Krishna. And this disease is not a part of his sinful reaction, of his karmic reaction. That exchange between Krishna and his devotees can be known by a devotee. Just I'll give you one example. Prabhupada during his last time, he told all the GBC men who were there with him that you decide. mm, just let me shorten the past for you. And then what happened? Mm, hmm. During his last time, um, Satsu Maharaj told Prabhupada, it is Krishna's desire when you will give up this body. Prabhupada said, no. Krishna has given me full freedom when I can leave my body. Although physically Prabhupada was going through so much suffering, but he was still translating Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam, sorry. I've seen him, even my spiritual master. He had a lot of physical inconveniences, but he never stopped his service. Nothing could deter him from his service to Krishna. So those who are pure devotees, completely who have nullified all sinful reactions in the fire of devotional service, they are not to be given uh, this sinful reaction in terms of bodily suffering as part of the karmic reaction. It is given by Krishna, and that is to bring to drag a devotee more towards Krishna. So it is hard to tell, hard to imagine a devotee going through suffering can intensely put his consciousness and absorption into Krishna. And he's not deterred by that, but bodily inconveniences. So he's absorbed and fixed in his service to Krishna. The prominent example we have now is His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj. So the suffering is not part of sinful reaction. No, it is given by Krishna. To show that example of a great devotee, even though one may be bodily inconvenienced, but he's never deterred and he's fixed in his service to Krishna. Such a brightest example that we have amongst us. So for the people to teach in general. Okay. And
Prabhuji,
what else? Yes, there, Mataji.
Prabhuji, in case of Kunti Maharani and Pandavas, in their case, it is like because of their past karmas, or it is also Krishna want to drag them towards that.
Nothing is because of the past karmas, those who are personal associate of the Lord. Problems are good. The principle is problems are good if they remind you of Krishna. See, one thing, not for the pure devotees, just for us. Why does Krishna keep our problems? General. For like those
To
who
make
are.
us remember him.
Because Krishna knows that this devotee comes to me only in the times of crisis, only in times of problems. So I should keep his problem, he'll keep coming to me. This is Krishna's strategy for us. Krishna keeps problem for us so that we keep coming to Krishna, because Krishna knows our psychology. We comes at the time of crisis and problems only.
या एज कुंती माता ने कहा था कि मुझे 100 रोज ही देना ताकि मैं तुम्हें हमेशा याद रखूं, क्योंकि जब दिखाते हैं तो तुम याद रहते हो.
One lady disciple of Prabhupada, she asked Prabhupada, I want to pray like Kunti Maharani. She's saying to Krishna that, please Krishna, give me more problems. So Prabhupada, should I pray like this? Krishna, please give me more problems. Prabhupada told, no, you should not pray like this. You already have sufficient problem with you. First deal with this. So yeah, so we have to be more practical. One thing that whenever you pray to Krishna, suppose you pray, okay, Krishna, you take my all obstacle in devotion service. Suppose if you pray like this, and what if Krishna takes that? So you have to be very, very, very cautious when you pray to Krishna. When Krishna takes away all of your obstacles, all your attachments, then we may not like that. So one should mean what one is praying to Krishna, because when Krishna actually mean it by doing it so, fulfilling it for so then we may not like it. Okay. Yes, Malika Tharani, your first question for the class. Yes.
Prabhuji, like you said that we are all pure devotees, and the first thing for the first essential characteristic for the pure devotional service is thinking to please Krishna. But I think we never think to please Krishna. Like we make prasadam for ourselves to enjoy by ourselves. So like I think this is we can think of pleasing Krishna when we are much advanced. Then how can we a pure devotee?
See, it's a practice. We are trying to be pure devotee. See, anybody who is executing devotional service is pure to some extent, maybe 10% pure, 5% pure. 2% pure. But anybody who's practicing devotion is becoming pure. And even though one may be 1% pure, he's still counted as a pure devotee in that sense. Now, this is a practice. The intention to please Krishna is a practice of lifetimes. Perhaps if you can do it in this lifetime, it's wonderful, and it is to be done in this lifetime. That's how this association is here, to remind us again that we have to do these activities with the intent to please Krishna. So yeah, it's a practice. But still, if you're not able to do it, make it a point. This is my motive. I must please Krishna with my activities. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So one definition which Rupa Goswami gives: if you cannot think of Krishna, engage your hand and your bodily senses into service of Krishna, and heart will follow, and mind will follow. So person is not able to think of Krishna, but at the first hand, you must engage his senses or her senses in service of Krishna. By engaging your senses in service of Krishna, the heart and mind will follow. So one may not be able to think of Krishna at the first place, but he should or she should continue to engage the senses and the mind. Suppose the example is given. What do you think when you're chanting? Do you think all the time Krishna in your chanting? But at least you keep chanting. You engage your mind and senses. At least your mind is engaged somewhere.
No, that's all.
So when mind and senses are engaged, the heart will follow one day. That's a point. So we may not be able to think of Krishna's pleasure at the first place, but at least keep your mind and senses engaged in Krishna service. The heart will follow. Okay.
But what actually should ask for to Krishna?
What you should ask to Krishna? You should ask, "Let me love you."
As a prayer.
Prabhupada says the best prayer to Krishna is, "Let me love you, Krishna." Let me love you.
Okay.
So that one time Prabhupada mentioned. What should we pray to Krishna? Let me love you. We should all desire to love Krishna with our heart, sense, and mind. Anything else? So far we have done the first part of characteristics of devotional service, which is Kleshagni. Kleshagni has the bhakti destroys all material distress, and material distress comes because of three reasons: papa, sinful desires, and what? Blank.
And bijam. Avidya, ignorance.
Avidya. So tomorrow we'll discuss about auspiciousness and Shubda, the base thing. At these are level of basically Nishtha, one who becomes very stable in devotion service. For him, all the distress is eradicated by Krishna. Not for a person who is just starting, Shraddha with Shraddha. But someone who is on Nishtha level, for him, all kinds of sufferings are eradicated by Krishna. And there's a Shubda. So tomorrow we'll meet on the same time, and come prepared with the section of this reading, first chapter. If you can read the entire first chapter, we can summarize it quickly. And thereafter we'll move for the second chapter. Sadhana.
Prabhuji, what to read?
Entire first chapter. Hello chapter पढ़नो थे, ठीक है? So वांजन जो समझ थी वही थी.
पेरू सबक पढ़नो थी.
हाँ?
पेरू सबक पढ़नो थी.
Okay, Hare Krishna. So we'll meet tomorrow at the same time, 7:30 Pakistan time. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Oof.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Understand.